Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to create a brief on SearchMetrics tool. You'll be receiving an email from Monica about setting up an account on SearchMetrics. Once you've done that and logged in, the first thing you need to do is to create a new project. To do this, you're going to click on the bottom left settings icon. Here you will see Projects, Overview, and Add a New Project. Select Add a New Project. For the domain name, we're going to enter ebay.com. Make sure you select the US website. For project name, you're going to put your name plus briefs. So for my example, this will be Christina's Briefs. Once you've done that, go ahead and click Save Changes. This is your home page, and once you start creating briefs, they will be down here at the bottom on Activity List. Now, in order to start, we're going to refresh and make sure that your project that we just created is actually in the Projects tab. Up here in the top right hand corner, we can see the licenses that we're working under and the other projects that have been created. This is just a way to keep track of the different editors and which briefs they are creating. You can see the General eBay tab is the master account that Monica will be using. Here we will have access to see the briefs as well. So in order to start creating briefs, the first thing we want to do is head to the spreadsheet to check out the different URLs and topics that we need to create briefs for. Here I'm going to start with the first one, Pyrex Lab Glassware. You can open up the link to get an idea of what it's about. Here I can tell that this is all about scientific lab glassware. So to create a brief for this URL, we're going to start by selecting the pencil in the top left-hand corner, then select Topic Explorer. Here we're going to enter our topic, which is Pyrex Lab Glassware. So when I just start typing in Pyrex, you will see here are all the related topics with the search volumes. Now we know that Pyrex also makes Tupperware, so we want to be careful to actually type in the exact topic that we need. Here we have Pyrex Lab Glassware and Pyrex Lab Glass. We're going to select this Pyrex Lab Glassware topic because it has a higher search volume. So go ahead and click on it. Then it will bring us to the Topic Explorer page. In the Topic Explorer, the goal is to select 2 or 3 related topics, which we can also call related categories of products, so that we can generate a list of keywords for the writers to use. So we're going to use the Semantic Associations tab for this part of the process. Here we're going to look at the related categories of products that surround Pyrex Lab Glassware. If we look at this first big bubble here, the larger bubbles correspond to higher search volumes. If I click on Fisher Scientific, I will see the search volume, some other information that we'll need to use. However, knowing that Fisher Scientific is a competitor brand, we're not going to use that because just like last time, if this is about Pyrex Lab Glassware, we're not going to select any competitor brands. So if I look around here, this is a fairly large bubble, and this is about Pyrex Glassware. So if I click on Topic Details, this is where we're going to search to see if this topic or category of products is related to our main topic. Here I can see that this is actually going to be about the Pyrex Glassware, which looks like it's going to be about Tupperware. We only have one URL here that's pulling from Life Science, so therefore we're going to assume that this one is mainly about the glassware as in Tupperware. So this is not going to be a related topic or category of products. So if I look around here, I'm going to click on Pyrex Labware. Here I can see the search volume, and also we're going to click on Topic Details to make sure that this is a related topic. So if I scroll down to the bottom, we see that Pyrex Labware, this is coming from these websites here, which yes, are all about scientific labware. So this is a related category of products that we can pick to help us generate a list of keywords. So by clicking on the bubble, then you may select the little orange plus sign here that says select topic. Now, if we look around here, we're not going to select any of the other specific products. We're looking for a category of products. So Nalgene Labware, I believe Nalgene is another competitor brand. So we're going to look at, maybe we can look at glassware in lab. That search volume is 10. Then let's look around glassware for chemistry lab. That search volume is 11. Lab glassware, that search volume is only 2. Scientific lab glassware, that search volume is 8. So after clicking around, it seems like we have a few options. One thing I want to point out is this topic right here, lab glassware. Even though it has a high search volume, it has a different spelling of glassware. We want to keep consistent with our main topic, which is spelled with one word, glassware. Another thing I want to point out here is anything that says lab glassware for sale, or any of these topics that have the word for sale or purchase, or any of the other forbidden words, we're going to make sure that we don't select those. So if I quickly show you the off-limit list, which you will receive from Monica, here we have all of the words that we definitely don't want to include in our topics or in our keywords. And here we have price, cost, right? Anything that says for sale or sale. So you will see some of these topics that come up with that phrasing in it, and we're definitely not going to select that. So after searching around here, the highest search volume with a related topic or category of products is glassware for chemistry lab. So in order to make sure that this is related, we're going to click on it, and yep, I can see that this is basically all about laboratory glassware, which is related to our topic. So here I'm going to select and click on it and add that as my second topic. So now remember, the purpose of this is just to look around and click on any other category of products that will generate a list, as you'll see on the next screen, for our main topic, which is Pyrex Lab Glassware. So once I have actually gone through and we've selected, I have 2 topics here, or 2 additional categories, go ahead and select Create Brief. Here, we're going to actually name the brief. So we're going to make sure that the project is under your name. Then we have the topics here listed, our primary topic in bold. The bottom, we're going to always want to select for a new page URL. Then when we name the brief, we're going to actually use the topic number from the spreadsheet. So for example, this was the first topic, so I'm going to put 1 and then the actual brief name or topic name. And to explain that further, if we go back to the spreadsheet, you'll see that this was the first topic listed, the first URL that we need to create a brief for. That's why it gets the number 1. So you'll just use the corresponding topic number when you name your brief. Once we've done that, we're going to hit Save and Edit Brief. Now you'll see it'll bring us back to the Topic Explorer page. Here, as you can tell, there are more bubbles or more related topics. Because we chose those 2 other topics, it has now connected more bubbles and created another web of related topics. But we're going to stop here. All we need to do was select the 2 that we did previously, and we're ready to move on. So the next thing we're going to select, on the bottom here, we're going to click Next. We can move on to my content optimization. Here you can see this is the next thing we have to do. Select Next. Here we have the list of keywords that are generated from the topics that we have selected or the categories of products that we have selected. There will be 50 phrases or 50 keywords that are related to each of the categories or topics. So if I look through here, what you want to do is go through and deselect any of the keywords that may be competitor brands or any of the keywords that are on the off-limits list. So you can give this a quick scroll through to make sure that none of the keywords are popping up here on the keyword list. Most of these will be related to the topic, so we're going to end up using almost all of them. If you're not sure what one thing is, you can hold your mouse over it and it will show you a description of what that keyword is, which can be helpful for topics that you're unfamiliar with. Once you scroll through the list, you will see that you have must-have keywords that should definitely be included unless they're a competitor brand or unless they're on the off-limits sheet. Then there's the recommended keywords. At the bottom, there's the additional keywords. It's most important to make sure that we search through the top must-haves and make sure that those are all relevant and make sense. Then we're going to click on the second topic that we added and then do the same exact process, search through, read them, make sure they're all relevant and related to the topic, and go through that once again, and the same thing for the last topic. Then once we've done all of that, we're going to select Go to Content Editor. If you do select Next, it will bring you to the questions and then the analytics page. We're not going to use these two tabs today, so we don't need to worry about them. So the next thing we want to do is just head to the content editor. Here is actually what the brief looks like, where the writers and the editors will work. The writers will not have access to edit any of the things that I have just showed you on this tutorial. They will only be able to write in here and make sure, and they'll be able to see that their keywords are popping up here on the left. The purpose of this left-hand bar is to show you as the editor and also to show the writers that the keywords have been accounted for. So once Pyrex is used, it will change from 0 out of 14 to 1 out of 14. So in order to finish this brief, we need to give it a title. Here we're going to write Pyrex Lab Glassware, and then in here is where the writers will do their writing. Here you will see that the keywords just changed. Now we can say that 1 out of 14 has been used. This is the recommended number that their writers will have to use. So there will be another instruction about what else to do as an editor, but for right now, to create the briefs, that's basically all you have to do. The last thing we need to make sure that we have completed here is at the bottom, in the right-hand corner, under Brief Details, we're going to select Edit Brief Details. Here you will see that your name is here for the brief creator. We're going to change the status from Brief in Progress to Ready to Create Content. Because we just completed the brief, we selected the topics, we scrubbed the keywords, and now this is ready for the writers to write the content. At a later date, we will assign it to a writer and a due date, and then you can add some comments, but for right now, we're just going to change the status to Ready to Create Content. Then select Save and Close. If at any point before you finish this brief, you want to go back to the Topic Explorer to make sure that you have all your keywords and the topic selected, you can select Show and Edit Topic Explorer and it'll bring you back to that page. So once you're all done, you can hit Save and Close. It will bring us back to the home page where you can see your activity list and the briefs that are created. And these icons are kind of self-explanatory. They'll help you perform certain actions here on these briefs. And that's basically all we need to know for right now on how to create a brief.